Hey, welcome back to Vintage on Vintage. I'm Steve, and today we're doing an SGC preview and reveal, and it's a really great and underrated set. It's the 1964 Topps Giants. I just think some of the images in these cards are amazing. I have 8 cards I'm going to turn in. I'm really excited to get these into SGC. So how about we flip this camera around and see what I'm turning in. So the great thing about the 64 Topps Giants, two things. Number one, I think it has some of the better pictures of the players. I mean, just some fantastic images. And then secondly, it's really affordable. So it's a great set for anybody that's looking to get some great players at reasonable cost. The first card we're going to turn in is this beautiful Carl Yastrzemski, which, you know, what I love about them, these are oversized. But the cool thing is, you know, in the back, they have like the newspaper write-up of the player. Front, they just have these amazing pictures. I think this Yaz is really well centered. If you look closely, it's got a little bit of a problem in that corner. I think that's what'll, from a grading perspective, will hold it back a bit. I'm thinking a 4 for Mr. Yastrzemski. Next up, how about this beautiful Bob Gibson? Great picture of Mr. Gibson. One of his better ones. I think centering-wise, it's a little off left to right. Boy, I think this is between a 4.5 and a 5 for Mr. Gibson. Look at this beauty. This one is one of the better photos. It's just Mr. Al Kaline. Look how crisp that photo is. Awesome card of Al Kaline. Just a really cool card. Centering's off a little left to right. I'm going to go with a 5 to a 6 for Mr. Kaline. This next one's probably the best. I think it's the best looking card in the submission. It's a great picture of the Dominican dandy. Say that 3 times fast. Juan Marshall. Great card, great picture, really well centered. I'm hoping that this card, look at that leg kick, by the way. That's the Marichal leg kick. I'm hoping that this card comes back between a 7 to potentially an 8. I just think it's a really, really nice card. All right, these last ones I picked up when I was on a family wedding in Arizona. I shared that video a while back. I'm really excited. They're all cool cards. First one is the Sandy Koufax, and you know, this is a cool card. It's the same image as his 65 Topps. Both are really cool. The 65 has the orange on the bottom, which I think is cool, but this one, you get the full Dodger uniform. It's a great, great card. It's a short print too, so they're tough to get. When I look at the centering, it's off left to right, but outside of that, it is, look at Koufax. That's the perfect Koufax delivery there. Outside of the centering though, this is a really nice card. I'm hoping for a 5. I think it can be between a 4.5 and a 5. I would love to get a 5 on this card. Speaking of short prints, here's another one that's a tough card to get your hands on, and it's the Willie Mays. And look at that. Look at the Say Hey Kid. This is a cool picture of him. Really well centered. It does have some issues in the corners, so the corners are going to hold this thing back. I'm going to guess between a 3, outside shot at a 4 for Mr. Mays. 2 more cards we're turning in. How about the Mick himself, Mickey Mantle? Look at that. This, by the way, this set is a really inexpensive way to pick up a mantle, playing days mantle. So anybody out there looking to do that, I would highly recommend it. This one's in great shape. I think that I'd love to see a 5. Outside shot at a 6 for Mr. Mantle, but a 5 would be great. And the last card, and my favorite of the whole submission, because he's my favorite player, and it's just a great looking card of the Hammer. Look at Henry Aaron. Look at this card. Love this card. And it's in great shape. Really good shape. I'm going to guess a 6 for Mr. Aaron. That's what I'd like to see. I'd love to see this come back at a 6. This is, and you know, it's another one of the Aaron cards for me to try to close out the Aaron run. So anyway, those are the cards I'm turning in a minute. I should have them back, and we'll be looking at the grades, so hang tight. So the Topps Giants are back. You know I love this set. I think the photos on these are fantastic. I think it's a great way to collect stars and Hall of Famers on a budget. There's 8 of them here. All of them are Hall of Famers. The first one up is the Carl Yastrzemski. This one is a beautiful card. I think, like I told you in the beginning, I think the corners are a little touched. I was hoping a 4. I think that's probably the high end, but that's what I was hoping for. Let's see what they gave it. Yep, they gave it a 4. So that's exactly where I thought this card would come in. Look at that card. I love these cards. They're such great pictures. Awesome. Mr. Yastrzemski in a 4. Next one up was Bob Gibson. I love the backs too. You know, they have the stories about them in their career. Some great photos. You know, the Gibson I thought was better than the Yastrzemski. I thought it was in the 5 range. Let's see what they gave Mr. Gibson. Holy Toledo, an 8. Wow, I didn't. You know, I had a Veda Pinson come in back at an 8.5. I didn't think the centering on this was good enough for an 8. I was maybe a 6, but wow. The picture itself, though, totally sharp. Oh, wow. I think they gave me one here, but I'm not going to complain. It's a gorgeous card of Mr. Gibson. Al Kaline is up next, and this one will be interesting because I thought Kaline was, I was hoping for a 6. I thought it was better than the Gibson. So let's see what they gave Mr. Kaline. They gave him a 7. That is absolutely gorgeous card. Look at the blue in the background on this card. If you watched our last Bargain Hunters, John P. Collects Cards, and I are going to be chasing Kaline for $50 at the National. We have 2 days to grab it, and this is exactly the type of card you could probably pick up in that $50 range. I don't know what a 7 would go for, but wow, is this a gorgeous card. Loving this card. Here is the Dominican Dandy, Juan Marichal. Look at the back on that. That's beautiful. I thought this card was the best card in the submission. This is the one I was hoping would be a 7. Actually, I was hoping for an 8 on this card. So let's see what they thought. Oh, they gave it a 7. So that's a gorgeous card. I'm happy with that 7. It's a beautiful card. I'm not sure the Gibson's better centered, to be quite honest with you. But, you know, a 7 is nothing to sneeze at either. That's a beautiful card of Mr. Marichal. Really happy to have that one in the collection. All right, these last 4 cards, you know, in the beginning of this thing, I told you that I picked these things up while at a family wedding in Arizona. We weren't in Arizona. We were in Palm Springs, California. So I was a knucklehead. Picked up these 4, and actually the Yastrzemski that you saw in the beginning, picked those all up at a card shop in Palm Springs, and I thought I got some really good deals there. The first one is the Sandy Koufax, and this one, I love this card. The coloring on this card is amazing. It's a short print. The centering is tough. This card can have some centering issues, so I was hoping to get a 4, maybe a 5, but realistically, I was hoping this was in the 4 range. Let's see what they said. Oh, yeah, they gave me the 5. Look at that card. This is one of my favorite Koufax cards. That is just a beautiful picture. And this in a 5 was a good pickup. That was a bargain, to be quite honest with you. So really excited to grab that. Next one is also a short print, and it is the Say Hey Kid, Willie Mays. This one, the centering and the picture are great. The corners were a little worked, so I was thinking a 3 with an outside shot at a 4. Let's see what they gave the Say Hey Kid. Yep, they gave him a 3, and that's fair for this card. It's these corners are a bit nicked up, but it's a beautiful card. It's Willie Mays. It's a 64 Giant. Great picture of him. I'm totally stoked with that. All right, 2 more. The next one is the Mick himself, Mickey Mantle. I've said this before in the beginning. This is a great way for anybody who wants to collect a Playing Days mantle to get a card. I thought this one was in good shape. I thought it was a 5 to potentially a 6. Let's see what they said. Oh, they gave him a 4. Okay, well, it's still a beautiful card. I'm not quite sure why that got a 4. But I'm not going to complain. You know, it's still a gorgeous, it's a Mickey Mantle. It's a Playing Days. It's a 4. The centering's a little off. So that's probably why. They're really tough with centering. SGC is really tough with centering. But what a great card. Like I said, this is even at a 4, this was a bargain for a pickup. So I'm really stoked with that. And then the last card is my favorite card of the submission because he's my favorite player. And I think it's a beautiful picture of Henry Aaron. I thought this would be in a 5 to a 6. I would love to see it squeak a 6. But let's see what they gave Mr. Aaron. 5-5, right in between. I'm okay with that. Look at this picture. I love this picture of Henry. Totally stoked. So there you have it. That's the 64 Topps Giants. What an amazing set. I'm really excited with this return. Let me know what you think and which cards you like the best. I appreciate you guys, as always, taking the time to watch. Until we talk again, stay safe, keep collecting. We'll talk to y'all soon.